Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo! Today, we have some mail, apparently. We're getting a lot of mail from Sky. We'll send Gulliver's Travels on its way, and see what Sky sent us. Let's see. Dear Reliable Steven, one of my favorite pen pals had stopped writing me. She was getting hand cramps. I was wondering if you'd be interested in taking your place. I mean, I'd love to if I could think of ways to write letters. Like, I'm really bad at that. I'm gonna try and be better about writing letters with New Horizons, if you can. I'm pretty sure you still can write your animals letters. They can still send you letters. Though a big benefit there is I can just, like, take the switch out of the dock, write up the letter, put it back in the dock. You know. Makes it a lot quicker and easier just to use the touchpad for, like, anything that requires, like, typing things out. And, like, yeah, there is a touchpad here, but not on the Lemon, the touchpad is really small. And on the Lemon, it's controllable with a pointer, so, you know, it's not very quick or efficient, and it just feels awkward. I didn't even notice it was literally about to become 3 o'clock. Well, it's 3 o'clock now. Got a flower. Let's move that flower over here. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to get a beehive at some point, so I might see about doing that. I might actually need multiple beehives. I don't know. I'm just going off of, like, a little bit I've read into the Harvest Festival, because I've not done it in New Leaf before. So I don't overly know what I am getting into, so I do know my basement's gonna become Mushroom Central for a little bit, because I don't know what I'm gonna need for mushrooms either, so mush. Hey, we got some silver. It's a good, like, 3,000 bells. But, trying to think of things to ramble about today. I suppose one thing I can ramble about is that the 9800 X3D has released. It's currently still not for sale in Canada. It's out of stock on Newegg. It might be in stock on some other website, but it's not on Newegg yet. The price is gonna make it a little sketch to get, but to be fair, at this exact moment, the 9800 X3D is around $250 cheaper than the 7800 X3D up here in Canada. So as much as, like, oh, buying at MSRP probably isn't a good idea, and yeah, it probably isn't. And, like, if it wasn't a case of this being effectively my Christmas gift from my sister and mother, I'd probably be like, yeah, let's just wait for, like, January or February and see what happens, because, like, my CPU is still definitely not performing like it should, and the instabilities are still there, but it is still holding out. That's the thing. Wahoo! Mushstool! That is probably a horrible Mario. Probably better than Chris Pratt was, though. Shots fired. Like, I'm sorry, I need to ramble about that for a quick moment. Can we all agree that Chris Pratt just is not a good voice actor? Can we just agree on that? I only even know his name, because I'm not usually one for knowing celebrity names, because of just how bad he is at what he does. Like... Pookie, you're looking good, Glorp. Oh, for the love of Glorp. I said it again. Okay, you two are really... You know, because I'm not going to be mean to Sky, but I feel like you two are constantly in a battle of calling each other's catchphrase annoying. It's time for a change. Better come up with something good. Well, how about, you know, he's got a pretty good catchphrase going on right there for himself, but we're not going to capitalize it. Bam. It's just going to be gahaha. Yeah, it's perfect, my man. Nailed it. It's pretty good. It is a pretty good catchphrase. I'm sure you'll all agree. But yeah, like watching the Mario movie, like most of the voices weren't exactly the most fitting. Name. Jack Black, Bowser, was probably the best, but still not great voice, and that's only because I could tell that was just his voice. Like, that seemed to be the thing that all of them were doing, was just, yeah, it's just their voice. It's like, but the point is you're supposed to be the character, and these characters have voices. I mean, like, sure, Bowser has never had a spoken voiced line, but he does have a voice. You can tell from the roars and all that. Oh man, we got a rock party going on. Melon, so Fuchsia has a pretty great house, right? Yes, Slice. Let's talk. Yes, can you take a look at this real quick? In the town, I'll give you this group of fruit. Do you remember? This is the very first letter I ever got from you. It's his treasure. Wonder if he still has that fruit. Hey, it's Dumpling. Things are crowded in here with Curlos here too. So anyway, you need something? Wanna chat? So listen to this. The other day I went to the spa with a friend from back home. They had a pool with a table tennis table floating in it. So we just had to try it out. It was crazy. Whoever came up with the idea of pool table tennis is a total genius. I mean, that does sound like a lot of fun. Minus the pool. You can keep the pool, but I'll take the table tennis board. The concept still sounds kind of fun. It's just the water part of it doesn't. But like, it was so just disappointing. And like, I know that that movie's quite old at this point. But like, man. Hey there, Dumpling. Ready for another great day, teacup? I am. I wonder when one's gonna happen. Nah, that's a joke. That's a joke. Can I help you? I wanna chat. Read a recent article about the importance of a balanced diet and your overall health. Some fresh fruit and help balance out all the peanut brittle I've been eating lately. Sorry to be bothered, but can you bring me a piece of fruit if you find one? Any kind is fine. Sure, I can bring you some fruit. I would get her a banana, but that's actually a berry, if I remember right. So, you know. It's been pleasant today, hasn't it, Jinkies? Something you wanted? Let's talk. It's not as convenient as usual. It's not as convenient as using a computer or phone, but sending an old-fashioned letter is really fun. Especially here in Sapphire, because people will actually write you back. Just write down a quick hello or love note or whatever, and Trusty Pete will make sure it's delivered. In a weird way, he's like the town matchmaker. That is fair. And he does a pretty decent job. I still have no idea where that fossil I'm missing is. I think have I found, like, any fossils yet today? I found 2. So given my track record, I'm gonna find one more. Maybe. I have absolutely no clue where there could be a fossil. This is probably more bamboo. Yep, glad I noticed it though. I am still sad that the original voice of Mario is not doing Mario anymore. Like, God, what was his name? I'm not a celebrity name person. I cannot remember his name. The Mario guy. Hey, a stranger here, you say you wanted an exotic lamp? Here you go. I kind of didn't, but thanks. Always so nice to me, and I wanted to thank you. It's so nice, though. I would never turn down the gift. Even though I kind of have before, when they were like, hey, so I thought you wanted this? And I'm like, nah. And they're like, oh. Yeah, I can't find 2 fossils today. So wherever that one fossil is, it's got a friend now. I don't get it. I don't know where they could be. I could swear I go everywhere every day. But apparently I don't. Very tempted to, I'm just gonna sell the exotic lamp. And the butterfly paper. I am, very tempted to just get my axe out and go around town and chop down, like, everything except one of each fruit tree. No, I should probably keep 2 of each fruit tree. But, yeah, that would probably make finding fossils a whole lot easier. I don't think I've had my coffee yet today, so... Let's come have our coffee. Let's come have our coughing. That wouldn't taste very good, I don't think. Hey, Brewster. I would like coffee. I love my usual. Though my lately usual is just black, but, you know, I'd like to be having that. But yeah, like, I get it if the original voice actor for Mario was just done, didn't want to do anymore, but, like, I refuse to believe they didn't have enough lines from him just built up and recorded over the years to just continue that as the voice of Mario, at least in the games, forever. You know? Think of it like how with, I know a lot of you probably don't watch Star Trek, but the voice of the computer from The Next Generation, like, she recorded so many voice lines for that, you know, the Starfleet computer, basically, that they have enough voice lines that they basically have something for anything they might need. Until they start inventing things that didn't exist in her day. Like, they could realistically use her voice for the rest of time in that series. Oh, there's a fossil. Okay, now is that the one I've been missing? Or is that the one I couldn't find so far today? That is the question at hand. Wait. Nah, it's just the ground texture. Well, more the shadows. But, like, I do feel it, like, okay. I don't know exactly how to feel about the original voice actor for Mario not being the voice anymore. And I really won't know unless the reason for his departure ever actually comes out, and it's it's, you know, given from both sides kind of thing. Because, like, if Nintendo comes out and says, ah, yes, it was his decision to stop doing voice acting, and then he's like, nah, then, well, who's right? Did he actually decide, or did Nintendo decide? You know, and even if it was his decision, was it actually his decision, or was it, you know, someone at Nintendo going, you know, we really want to take Mario in different directions, so, you know, it'd be really helpful to us if you were to retire so that we could bring in a new voice actor who, I'm gonna be honest, does a better job of Mario than Chris Pratt did. I'm gonna, you know, that's, you know. You know, I'm curious, is it? No, it's not there. And it can't be on this side. It's not this dig spot up here in the corner. That's a pitfall. Wait, found it. Or found one of them. I don't know which was the one I couldn't find. Or if they move. They might move every day. I don't know. But I found it. But, like, even, like, I've not played Super Mario Wonder, so I don't know how it'll actually feel playing the game. I don't know I'd actually play as Mario anyway. But, from what I have seen of people playing and playing as Mario, it very much is a case of, that's not Mario, though. Like, he had such a distinctive voice for so long. And I'm sure anyone who, like, their first Mario game being Mario Wonder would go back to the older games and be like, who is this? That's not Mario. And this is nothing against the voice actors. Like, I've nothing against anyone that does voice acting, and I have nothing against anyone who loses their role. And, you know, so when someone loses their role and they replace them. Like, one kind of infamous example, more because of the voice actress's response to it happening that made it infamous, was the Bayonetta voice actress being just canned for Bayonetta 3. Because, basically, from what anyone can figure, and then this is something people did a fair bit of research into, she was offered an industry-standard contract to do the voice, and she wanted more money, and the company went, no. And just brought someone else on who did the job for an industry-standard contract. Which, like, gonna be real, like, I think I even talked about it at one point when this was happening. It was probably on a stream, because I think this happened last year. But, like, voice actors make bank. Especially if they're unionized. Like, I think it worked out to, like, she was making, for this voice acting gig, that was supposed to just be, like, I think it was, like, 4 or 5 sessions of 4 hours each. In that time, she was making more money than a minimum wage worker makes all year. It's like, what are you complaining about? Call me crazy, but if I could work less than 20 hours in a year and, you know, make as much money as, you know, the average minimum wage worker, I would not be complaining about this. Like, that would be amazing. That would be, like, dream job material right there. It's just gonna become Mushroom Central. Because I don't know what I need. think I'm missing one type of mushroom. Right? Oh, hey, I got a tic-tac-toe win. Yeah. Like, it's very much a case of, like, I understand feeling, you know, feeling like, oh, I'm the voice of this character, so I deserve more money because, you know, this character performs well. And it's like, yeah, I get that. But at the same time, when you're being offered industry standard. Also, I don't remember if it was Velma or Tia that wanted... It was Tia. I still want to accidentally break a flower. You want to eat this? I got you a perfect cherry. Should be perfect to help balance out your diet. Oh, it looks delectable. So good. Doesn't get much better than that. Can't let you go with a token of my appreciation. A gold stereo. Ooh. Is that actually part of the gold furniture set? Now I'm curious. Is that actually... Hold on. I need to see this. I'm pretty sure... List of furniture. Oh, this scrolls, but I can't scroll it sideways without being right at the bottom, can I? Okay, no, I can do that. Okay, no, it's just standard. It's not part of the, yeah, because it's gold, not golden. It's the difference. It's yellow, black, and trendy, and basic. There actually isn't a, golden stereo. The more you know. The more I know, at least. A lot of you guys probably already knew that. And you're like, yeah, it's just how it is. It's like, yeah, I didn't know that. I'm dumb. Let's do a little bit of fishing, because we can. I don't want to accidentally sell the mush stool. So I'm just going to put this up here in a letter. I keep doing that, and I'll then need to clear out my letters at some point soon. I mean, like, it's also a case of, like, even outside of, like, the money part of it, I'd love to do some voice acting at some point. I don't know how exactly I would go about even doing it, but I think that'd be kind of cool. And it's one of those things of, like, I know when I was a lot younger, I really enjoyed just doing voices. I'm a little too... I want to say nervous, and that's probably the right word. But nervous, shy, to do anything, like, on demand, on, like, a video for myself kind of thing. But, like... Also, I'm doing really bad at fishing. There we go. But, like, when I was a lot younger, I basically, like, practiced for quite a while to basically make the noises that a hydralisk in StarCraft 64 makes. Yeah, I've always been a fan of the Zerg. And I remember it was a really, like, raspy, breathy, like, kind of voice line. It's a lot of fun to do. And I've done it from time to time since, just, like, on my own, because it's just a fun thing to do. That was probably jumping the gun a little bit. I mean, like, heck, if any of you guys watching, like, is doing a project and you just want a voice, I'll do that shit for free. Like, it just seems fun. Like, I will have to be within reason. Like, if I get too busy, you know, I'll have to let people know. But, like, I'm not against, you know, you come to me with a thing you want to do and you need a voice. Like, I can try doing it. Like, I have no objections to that. And I will say, for anyone watching in the future, that may not always be the case as well. I might get too busy, you know. Because, like, I do like busying myself, so... And, like, there is a ton of stuff that I want to do. Like, I've had multiple, like, game ideas in my head forever. I've had, like, card game ideas in my head that, like, I've yet to, like, make anywhere. Which I have been tempted just to, like, try doing in, like, Tabletop Simulator. I mean, the main thing I'd always hit with, like, any of the ideas I had when it came to, like, making games and stuff has always been a thing of, like, I'm not a great artist. I'm barely an artist. Relearning how to draw is it's taken a while. I actually need to get back to doing that stuff. It's always run into this issue while drawing, and this is another thing that if any of you guys watching are artists, I would love to know if there's a way of fixing an issue I'm having. So, the basic issue I'm having is I have two screens. Gotta move my controller off of it. This is across both of them. I would like it to only be across one of them without having to unplug it. Like, unplug the other screen. Like, that's the issue I'm having. And if it helps, this is a Wacom Intuos CTH 480. Pen and touch small. Oh, well, that explains why it didn't work initially. Neat. I never actually read the back to see its the power it needs. So I had it plugged into a just a standard USB to, like, a standard USB splitter, and it just didn't work. And it's like, ah, that explains why. It needs the whole 5 volts. Got it. So I used to have a little, like, USB splitter that I had, like, plugged into, I think it was, yeah, it was my old Dell. I had it plugged into it. And it was mostly just there to be a light source, because I could just grab a little USB light, pop it in, and I'd immediately have a light pointed directly at me. Which was pretty good for recording, not very good for just sitting around, because, like, light. But, like, I've tried to figure it out. I have yet to go to Google. Well, DuckDuckGo. I don't use Google anymore. So DuckDuckGo isn't a huge amount better. There's way too much... This is gonna be a complete other rant. There's way too much search optimization, quote-unquote, that goes on these days. Like, I remember 2010, 2008, 2005 even. You know, for as long as I've been using Google, basically. So at that point, it's like 99. Like, when you type something into Google, it would give you exactly what you typed into Google. These days, it tries to guess what you really want. And what I really want is what I typed in. But it'll, like, grab onto a word and be like, ah, yeah, this is this exact word, that's what you wanted, right? It's like, no. No, that's not what I wanted. So, like, the times I've tried Googling stuff around, like, my art tablet, it's just given me listings for buying, like, the kind of tablet, like an Android tablet, not, like, anything to do with art tablets. It's like, that's not what I'm looking for. And it's like, yeah, but you've got the word tablet there, and this says tablet. And whoever put this listing up paid a lot of money to get this at the top of our listings. So, you wanna buy it? It's like, no. That's not what I'm looking for. I am looking for something completely different. That's not even buying anything. It's like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, I'm sure. Like, it's made troubleshooting things on computers when not being terribly tech savvy a lot more difficult. Because, like, it'll just grab on to certain words and refuse to show you what you're actually looking for. Like, another case is like, when, weirdly, one of the sockets on my power bar died. Don't know why it's dead, it just doesn't work anymore. Doesn't seem to be causing any problems for any of the others, so still using it. I probably shouldn't, but still using it. If it causes a fire, it's only my computer and Wii U and Switch and all my Switch games, so that'll go. Like, it's fine, totally. Alright, and the Wii. The Wii's there too. The GameCube would survive, so that's all that matters. But, like, when that had died, and I was trying to search, like, okay, my monitor isn't working, kind of thing. And it was just, like, a sudden thing. Like, the monitor just went poof. Like, I was like, okay, how do I figure out if the monitor is dead, or if it's the cable that's, you know, going? I tried changing the cable on my own, and that didn't do anything. I, you know, unplugged the monitor, did a power cycle, and I'm like, okay, this isn't doing anything, but the computer's still telling me it's there. So that's funny. Because when a monitor turns off, it shouldn't do that. So that's what had me thinking, well, maybe it's another issue with the cable. And, like, I was trying to Google this stuff, and all I was getting was just monitor dead, and that wasn't the issue at all. And even looking back at the problems I was having, it wasn't an indication the monitor was dead in the slightest. Same as I've come to learn since, buying my replacement monitor, which is what I'm currently using. Which also tells me I don't actually need my TV here as my second display anymore. I could put my old Dell monitor back. Because, as I have learned, the little lines I thought was my old monitor dying was actually just the quality of the DisplayPort to HDMI cable I had. It was just the cable. But Googling it, no mate, your monitor's dying. Like, when the thing I was Googling, the more I've learned about it, was not an indication of the monitor dying. It was an indication of the cable has gone bad. The cable was dying. Like, which wouldn't have even been an issue if modern graphics cards weren't so dumb. Like, okay, I understand, I really do, that, like, DisplayPort is standard these days, but monitors well outlive graphics cards. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I'd have to get up to grab it. But I have an old Dell monitor from 2006. 1080p, 24-inch, 60 hertz. Good colors. Fundamentally, just as good as my TV I have right there. Not as good as the monitor I'm currently staring at, which is 24-inch, 1080p, 165 hertz. That's really the only advantage it has. The colors are a bit better on this as well. But, like, that monitor from 2006 is still working just fine. There's really no reason not to use it. It uses more power. That's one hit against it. This TV does use less power than that monitor does. But, like, that would, you know, allow me to use my TV here as my TV that's up there, which this TV here is better than my old TV that I'm currently using as my console TV, which, you know, I have so many screens right in front of me. I didn't think the fish saw the thing. Whoops. How many slots do I have left? 3. So, like, realistically, I could, you know, I want to shoot this down. Bam. I do really wish I could just cycle the faster way to what I'm after, but if I do that, all my tools get out of place, and I have to cycle back the way I went. A coat hanger. That can be sold. But, like, 1080p 60 is still just fine, especially for, like, a secondary display. But, DisplayPort to HDMI cables, from everything I understand, are tricky in the first place. Because they're not, you know, they are different cables. They are different standards. HDMI is actually, as a standard, it exists for copyright protection. That's all it really does, is enable the use of HDCP, which is high definition copyright protection. I believe that's what it stands for. Basically, it's the thing that made my old Dell monitor not something I could use for recording off of. Because if I hook the Elgato up to it, it triggers the HDCP protection within the monitor, and all I can see is a black screen. It's pretty great. Gotta love copyright protection, punishing legitimate paying customers trying to just record games off of their game consoles. Gotta love that. Someone actually looking to pirate stuff will just have an HDMI splitter that removes the HDCP, and, you know, they're gonna record it anyway. There is literally no point to HDCP. The people who are going to steal your stuff are still gonna steal your stuff. Good luck getting that through to companies, though. Because they don't want to listen to that. They put their fingers in their ears and go la 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 anytime you try to tell them that, you know, their copyright protection does nothing. And then there will be some of them that will point to, like, the few things that the copyright protection has actually worked on. Like, in the video games industry, you'll have a lot of them point towards always online DRM as, we'll see, that copyright protection works. It's like, yeah, it does. It also punishes paying customers. Because what always online DRM means is you always need an internet connection. Well, that's not a guarantee. You're not always going to have an internet connection. Like, you might live in an area that has shoddy internet, but you still want to play that game. Well, now you can't play that game because you need a constant connection to the server to play that game. Like, and there are some games where that always online connection has been spoofed. And it allows the game to be played offline. Hey, I've got something I want to run by you. Notice how I always say girlfriend, right? The other day, Bill told me it sounded weird and didn't fit my personality. Yeah, don't worry about it. If it's your personality, just fine. Yeah, well, if you say so. Won't worry about it. So happy to hear that. Thanks a bunch, girlfriend. Yeah, I mean, that just fits Fuchsia. I'm sorry, it just does. Like, girlfriend, queen, like... They just fit her. I can't think of better catchphrases for her. That's why she's always had one or the other. Or sister. That also works. But, like... It's a case of, like... Like... The only copyright protections that truly work long-term, that don't kill the game once the company's done with it, were the ancient, like, puzzles for DRM that were used for, like, 90s PC games. You know, the ones where, like, you'd start up the game, get, like, 10 minutes in, and it would be, like, on line 4 of page 62 of the manual, what is the 8th letter of the 10th word? And it's like, what? And then it'd be like, you have a minute. So it's like, And then you fail that one, and then you get to the next one, and it's like, you know, you start up, it closes, you start it up again, get to that same point. On page 12, it's like, god damn it. Like, those worked. Those were also very frustrating for the customer. Like, they did work, and they do continue to work. Though in a way, you could argue they've killed the most of those games, because if you don't have a copy of the manual, you can't play the game. Like, you cannot say the same thing about, like, old movies. Like, I could grab one of our old VHSs, our VHS player, because we do have one. I bought it myself from a secondhand shop for, like, $2. I could just pick up one of our old VHSs, pop it in, watch it. No problem. Grabbing one of our old PC games, I could probably pop it in. It might even be able to install it. Might not be able to, because I might need the CD key, which I don't have the box for anymore. So then I would have to go and find a CD key online, which isn't the most impossible thing. Probably have to use a sketchy keygen, though. I'm also going to grab these roses really quick. And... gonna do that. Just so I don't have to worry about that spot anymore. But then from there, I could, you know, I could get the game installed, and then if it hits me with a, you know, on this line of the manual, or grab the color wheel, or, you know, one of those ridiculous old DRM things, I wouldn't be able to do it, because we just simply don't have those anymore. We had them at one point, but they probably got thrown out at some point, not with someone cleaning and not knowing what it was, and just chucked it. It happens. Like... that's very much something that, like... Man, I miss seeing monarch butterflies. I have not seen one in forever. Used to see them so often in, like, the spring. Now they're just nowhere. As much as I love the modern day, I really wish I could just see, you know, like 200 years ago. But, like, there's some games that, I mean, one, I would need a disc reader to even install them, which I don't have. But, like, I can literally, and I know this isn't an optimal way to store discs before anyone gets at me. I don't have the case anymore. Pull this open. No. Yes. And like right here, I got Battlefield 2142. This was a fun game. I don't think I could install it. Discs really scratched out. Yeah, nice little stack of CDs right here because I just don't have a case for them. Got The Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3. Got the play disc of Stronghold 2. Got a couple of burnt discs. Though, I mean, to be fair, they are for a game that I do now own because it was re-released onto Steam and I bought it. I only even have those burnt discs because at the time, there was no legitimate way of buying the game. So... well, I mean, secondhand is legitimate, but I mean, like, first-party way of buying the game. Like, I couldn't buy it from the developers, so... and buying it secondhand was absurdly expensive. Probably still is. Though that is something I have noticed, is when a game gets re-released on the, like, GOG or Steam, GOG being Good Old Games, if you're, like, someone who really likes old games, GOG/Good Old Games is a pretty good resource. Like, they have a lot of old games updated to work on, like, modern computers. Okay, there's no way I'm catching that. I'll sell these bugs. I've been rambling for a long time. Like, I recently bought, against my better judgment, but I recently bought the Star Trek Voyager Elite Force games on GOG, because they were on sale, so... so I've played the first Elite Force, but I've never played the second one, so I bought them both. And they work. They're a bit of a pain in the butt having two screens, but, you know. I will be attempting to Google, well, DuckDuckGo, my issue I'm having with my tablet. But, like, if anyone knows a solution, please let me know. Like, I can almost assure you I'm probably not gonna find a solution. You know what? I want to sit in front of Town Hall. I want to sit here to end things off today. So with that, I thank you all very much for watching. My keyboard is kind of out of place. Thank you all very much for watching. And hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo. See you all then. And in the same card, I would like to ask, if you liked the video, could you hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you subscribe? That'd help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch.